I think the players definitely can do it, 100%. I think the workload that we put in the first 2 weeks here has helped. As I say, there will be the odd defeat between now and the end of the season, and it's just making sure how do we react to that, to get back to our best really quickly and to show a really, really strong reaction tomorrow at Bristol. Brilliant. You've got no time to sit down and think about anything. You just get on with it. Head down, crack on. The staff have been fantastic. The work that the whole staff have put in, and everybody, analysts, assistants, medical staff, everybody's done such a great job so far in making sure that we're doing everything we can for the players.
Ed, quick turnaround. This is Championship football for you. How's the squad?
Brilliant, isn't it? How's the squad? No, the squad's good. Everyone was really disappointed, gutted, frustrated. I think those were the emotions that came out of Tuesday evening after the Ipswich game, which was actually, I'm not going to say it's positive to see, but it is, you feel that the squad felt that they could get more out of that game, definitely. So we're going to use that as fuel going into tomorrow's game, which we know, how difficult it is going away to Bristol, a team that's really intense, that's full on. So we need, all of that energy, that frustration to use it in a positive way and in a good way tomorrow evening.
No doubt some bumps and bruises, but any other injury concerns other than the obvious ones?
No, so we know that Ottman and Kwadwo Baah, they're going to be out for a good number of weeks now. So they're not going to be involved now. They're not going to be involved probably before the international break. So that's one thing. We hope to recover Sabat Gogliachidze for tomorrow's game. He wasn't fit enough to play a part on Tuesday. And apart from that, no, as you say, a couple of knocks, but nothing dramatic. So yep.
3 games in a week. Can players do that? Are you somebody who think they can, or do you listen to the guys, in the medical department?
No, a bit of both. I think the players definitely can do it, 100%. I think the workload that we put in the first 2 weeks here has helped, and then the recovery and the medical staff here have been really good. They're full on, doing everything they can that the players can recover quickly. And if there is a turnover that's needed, a little bit like with Gogliachidze, for example, on Tuesday, where he just that time between the Saturday to the Tuesday was too short for him to get back out. And when it is like that, it's always the case. We want players who are 100% fit and fresh. So we'll do the same tomorrow. Those who are 100% on it will be included.
With Marma and Baah out, you chose the wing-back system the other night. Does that mean that's going to stay like that until either come back, if they ever do, this season?
It's definitely an option. Yeah, when you haven't got wingers, and when you haven't got 2 starting wingers in Kwadwo Baah and Ottman Mamar, then that is definitely an option that's there. But there was a big difference in what you saw between the first half and second half, where first half we were too passive with our wing backs, and it really did look like a 5 and a 4 in front of them, which we don't want. So if we were to use wing backs again, we just want to make sure that we're more aggressive and we do step forwards much more as we did, with the back 4 in the first 2 games.
And if you didn't want to use wing backs, you do have players who can fit into those positions, who have played there before.
Yeah, also, no, definitely. And we saw that against Derby when Ottman came off, and Chakvetadze did it really well from the left side. We got Insi, who's an option there also. So no, we've got options for both. Yeah.
Edoardo Bove came on for a half. Is he one that could be considered for a start, or is it still too early?
I think it's probably a little bit too early, but those 45 minutes have helped. He's much closer now, definitely. I'm stating the obvious there, but no, he's getting closer to it, and we were really encouraged by his performance, by the physical output during that second half against Ipswich. So no, it's really good for him.
He played a bit higher than we thought he might do, but was that just because you've got quite a few central midfielders now at your disposal?
No, I think it also, based on his profile, he spent a lot of time in Italy playing as a, forward number 8 rather than a forward number 6. And so we see him in that role kind of a little bit higher up the pitch, not to be the first player to receive the ball from our defenders, but actually from the second line then. And he did really well there, but we want to use him as a link between our midfield and our forward players, rather than a link between our defenders and our midfield players.
And you've got players to do that. Louza obviously is kind of the one who's the first receiver to that.
Yeah, exactly. And Pierre Beck was going to help with that as well. We've got a few really good profiles, so yeah, definitely.
What have you made of Ekwa? Because we haven't seen him only just for that little brief period. We saw him at Sunderland and he was a fabulous player there.
Exactly.
How's he done?
No, I'm looking forward to him being fully fit. And the only thing is, his match fitness isn't ready yet. So just pushing him as hard as we can in trainings, and then he needs to get minutes at some point. But definitely, we know when he's fully up to speed, he's a class act and a really good player.
Just a quick one on Stefan Mfuni, who's a lone player. But he's so good. He's caught us all not by surprise because he's a Manchester City academy player. But what's his ceiling? It's unreal, isn't it?
No, he's fantastic. He's the third Manchester City defender that I've had the chance to work with. We had Kuzanov last season in Lens, and then Kwadwo Baah, who's also a CFG player who's at Nice currently, and so Stefan Mfuni is the third one. And he's, in terms of potential, in terms of talent, he's right up there. And again, I'm doing the same of stating the obvious. Everybody who was at the Vic on Tuesday saw again what a good player he already is, and he's only 18. So to be honest, I think his ceiling actually is whatever he wants it to be. As simple as that. If he keeps his feet firmly on the ground, which so far he has done, and he keeps his focus on the pitch, and he makes sure that his body is in tip-top shape, then he'll decide how far he goes.
Giorgi Chakvetadze, last season he was outstanding, had a bad injury, has come back not quite at that level, but do you think he can get back to that level?
Definitely. No, I've got no doubt about that, and I love Giorgi. I think he's a terrific player. And we had a great, a debrief of the game yesterday, where actually it's on me. It's up to me to find the best way to get him not just involved in the games, but actually to get the best out of him, and so that he can shine again and show again what a good player he is. He did it last season, where he was, one of the best playmakers in the Championship. And so it's just a question of finding the balance for him, finding those areas, or getting him into those areas where he can shine again. And I haven't quite managed to do that. For a lot of other players, I think they've showed really good progress and some really good signs in these first few games. And Giorgi's one of those. It's work in progress, and it is doing everything to put him in the best place possible to shine again.
Do you think it's one of those ones where when it suddenly comes again, he'll be back to where he was?
Definitely. Yeah, no, I really do. So it's on me, I'm talking to him and listening to him as much as possible, and just trying to find that balance between him and the guys around him, because we know that when Chakvetadze is at his best, then we're all the other players in the team are much better, and the team is much better.
We're nearly down to single-figure matches remaining. It's almost kind of reached a stage where it's not win or bust, but you've got to obviously start winning games regularly to get to where you want to be.
Yeah, I don't think that's changed, to be honest. From the start, from that first away game at Preston, it feels like a month ago, but it's not that long ago. I think it's been pretty much the same. Tuesday was a setback, but we also know that it was always going to be a case that we'll lose a couple or a few games between now and the end of the season. And what happened is actually we lost to the best, or arguably one of the best teams in the Championship, who have got an unbelievable squad. Everybody saw the changes they made in the second half. And one of the best coaches in the competition. So, it's nothing dramatic. We were disappointed about the performance in the first half, but then reacted really well. I strongly feel that there was a point there for the taking. A couple of moments in the game that go against you. So, it's not to overreact following that defeat. As I say, there will be the odd defeat between now and the end of the season, and it's just making sure how do we react to that, to get back to our best really quickly and to show a really, really strong reaction tomorrow at Bristol.
You mentioned City. Watford had been there recently in the FA Cup and got beaten quite a bit with a big margin. They're missing a couple of key centre halves. Normally play a three-man centre-back system. What do you expect from them? They're obviously going to be, like all teams now, playing for something, aren't they? Which is what the Championship's like.
No, definitely. And I think all of the squads at this end of the Championship are really well balanced. So if they have got a couple of players out, they'll be replaced well. We just want to put them under pressure. We want to make that game as difficult for them as possible. Put them under pressure, be on the front foot, and give ourselves the best chance of winning it.
With the injuries with the wingers, does Amin Nabazada come into the thinking a little bit more?
Yeah, Yeah, definitely. And it's one of those cool things where, the upside of injuries is exactly that. Opportunities open up for other players and for players from our academy in this case. And Nabizada's probably going to, make the trip with us to Bristol tomorrow and probably be on the bench as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess he gives you that freshness as well, particularly when the fixtures come really quickly.
Yeah.
Could be a chance for those guys to be involved.
Definitely. And just for him to take it, if there is an opportunity, if he does get minutes, just take it. Don't think too much. It's for those young players to be themselves and to do what they've been doing over the past months, to have got that opportunity and just go from there.
And how are you finding a busy week personally? I know from living in a hotel room and all those things, like coping with it on a personal level.
It's selfishly, it just means you've got more hours in the day to get on with it. As simple as that. So no, it's brilliant. You've got no time to sit down and think about anything. You just get on with it. Head down, crack on. The staff have been fantastic. The work that the whole staff have put in, and everybody, analysts, assistants, medical staff, everybody's done such a great job so far in making sure that we're doing everything we can for the players. So no, loving it.